shouldn't be watching this.
And here we go.
It's the comic book bullies.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
It's the comic book bullies.
You will bow down before me!
It's the comic book bullies.
Now I am the master.
It's the comic book bullies. It's the comic book bullies. Made it too dark, that's cool. Give it to me.
Yeah. The following contains offensive language and spoilers. Listener discretion is advised. Da 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 da. Da na 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 na. With Cold Slither, you'll be joining us soon.
I don't know. You got me.
Yeah, I know the Cold Slither. I will be reviewing that comic later.
They had a theme song? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, damn. Man, I'm at the school you on some Cold Slither.
Yeah, you too comic booky for me for that one. Okay.
We going deep.
Right. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies. Nerds, your bully host Leroy, aka it was October the 3rd. He asked me what day it was. With my co-host.
Yeah, this is Eli, aka Pumpkin Spice Pop-Tart.
Bam. And also shout out to our third co-host, the lovely, voluptuous AI.
All hail the Doombots.
All hail the Doombot. Eli, did you get my reference? On October the 3rd, he asked me what day it was.
I did not.
Come on, Eli. You don't know that one?
Oh, man, you're going to give me the lore?
I'm going to give you the lore, man. Mean Girls.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Come
yeah.
on.
Hand
over your card, man.
I'm
Hand over your card.
Yeah, I'm a Heather's guy. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, we're back with the episode. We're gonna jump into it. Everybody's seen the thumbnail. Hopefully when we get through this, Facebook or YouTube or social media, whoever won't flag us for this video. But we'll see how it goes. But before we jump into it, Eli, I want to bring back a classic. I'm trying to see where it's at. Oh, I see it. We're gonna bring back classic box office results.
Oh.
Before we jump into the Halloween stuff and all that good stuff like that. But can you give it to me? What was the number one movie of the week?
I really have no idea what
You
came
really
out.
Don't. You really don't. I'm about to show it. Bam!
What was that saying?
Taylor Swift.
Really? Again?
Yes, Taylor Swift, the official release party of a showgirl. She released a new album this week and a movie. And it's number one. In both.
Damn.
I think she's the first artist to do a movie and album in the same week. Number one.
Damn. And now all she needs is a comic book.
She should have did a video game. She just did all at one time. Toy line, whole thing.
Yeah.
Just clean sweep.
Figures. Yeah. A soda.
Yep. And here's the thing, Eli. For some reason, she released this on Mean Girls Day. I didn't know that was a thing. Like I said, I'm too online to know that Taylor Swift dropped on Mean Girls Day. So there you go.
Yeah. That's out of my wheelhouse. Sorry.
Okay. Out of my wheelhouse. I just happened to see that. I was just like, why do I know this? I should know this. Yeah. But anyway, that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I want to talk about. I didn't give a fuck about Taylor Swift. I'm sorry. I know we just got banned just for saying they're going to flag us just for that. But what I also want to talk about, if you see number 5 on the list.
Let me get my glasses. I can't see shit.
Okay. Not my fault. Not number 5. Number 6. I'm jumping the gun. Number 6 on the list. I know you can't see it.
Oh, the Demon Slayer?
Yeah. I'm trying to say the whole thing. Demon Slayer, Kimitu, Final Showdown.
The anime.
Kamehameha. All right. So that is number 6 on the list. But here's the big thing about Demon Slayer, Kamehameha, Ultra Infinity. So it became the highest grossing comic book movie of the 2025. It just beat Superman this week.
No shit.
Yeah, it's like by a good margin. And here's the thing, it hadn't even been released in China yet.
Oh shit. So
it possibly could hit $1 billion in 2025.
Well, Demon Slayer is fucking huge. Like, I know us old geeks, us old farts, like to think, the MCU is like, all knowing, the all seeing eye, but no, the kids.
Oh, the MCU is already disco. It's
Yeah,
already
yeah. The kids are into Demon Slayer. Like I watched, like my niece had me watching Demon Slayer when I had COVID, when I got COVID back, like during the pandemic, and that's what I did. I watched the first season. I haven't, and it's cool. I dug it. But it's anime. And there's something about anime. It's where, it's all cute and the weird voices, but then they're like,
it's not the anime we grew up with.
Yeah,
it's not Ninja Scroll. It's not Ghost in the Shell. This new shit, it's whatever. So.
Well, yeah, like these cute little characters, but then they're cutting each other's heads off and shit.
Right.
It's kind of a weird tone-wise.
Screaming to the top of the lungs, I'll never forgive you. All this shit, like, okay, I can't get this, but yeah. But here's the thing, Eli, if we talk more about Demon Slayer than Spider-Man, we get more views.
There you go. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Why are we not the anime boys?
We need to be the anime people. Eli, everybody asks us that. Why are we not the anime boys? Oh shit! All right, so now we move on to the next part. I just want to talk about that. We move on to the next part of the podcast. So, Eli, you have a movie before we get to the thumbnail. You have a movie. We're going to talk about that movie, so we're going to jump into it. The Toxic Avenger. Yes,
I got to see the new Toxic Avenger, the remake of the Toxic Avenger from Troma. So, for those who are familiar with Troma, you know what I'm getting into. For those who don't know, it's an acquired taste. Troma is a very low-budget film company. Lloyd Kaufman. Yeah. Yes. Lloyd Kaufman is basically the Roger Corman of Jersey. Just very low-budget, trashy, campy schlock. That's what they did. That's what they've always done. Low-budget horror, sci-fi, goofy shit. Toxic Avenger was their mascot, pretty much. Their most popular franchise, if you will. They made sequels.
They had a cartoon, had a toy line.
Video
games, whole thing. But it was the Toxic Crusaders.
Yeah, the comic books, for the kids, it was the Toxic Crusaders.
Mm-hmm.
The Toxic Avenger was like a janitor who gets tossed into some toxic waste and mutates into this crime-fighting monster superhero. And that's pretty much the concept. And so they remade this movie for modern convenience. And it pretty much sticks to the same formula. We have a janitor played by Peter Dinklage. He's suffering from a terminal disease. He doesn't have health care. He ends up robbing the company that he works for. It turns out that the company is up to shady, corrupt, shenanigans. And there's like an activist who's trying to expose the truth. She is being targeted by the CEO of the company, ends up hiring like this punk gang who's just,
Before you go any further, Eli, this is sounding kind of political.
Oh, yeah. Yes. As goofy and cheesy as these movies were, the Toxic Avenger was very much a comment on environmental conservation and pollution and stuff like that. So they were very woke. Yeah, get over it.
Uh-oh. Okay. The Toxic Avenger is my favorite Avenger. Shout out to Funny Guy 4321.
Funny thing is like a funny, the original Toxic Avenger, I saw it. I rented it, and these movies were originally just made very low budget and cheap. They went right to video before DVDs. This is the 80s. And I remember renting one when I was like 11 or 12 or something like that. And my mom thought I was watching a porno.
Yeah, they kind of were shot like that. Like you couldn't tell the difference. Okay.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It was like low budget, schlocky trash. There was a lot of blood and boobs in these movies. So a lot of naked chicks into Troma movies.
Kind of like an exploitation fiction.
And of all the times she decided to walk in, she walked in during a sex scene.
It's kind of like Terminator. You watch Terminator by yourself, it's fine, but your parents will walk in doing the sex scene between Sarah Connor. Every time. It never happens.
Yeah,
it never
during the tits. Yeah, there's tits on screen. That's when they decide to. What are you watching?
Right. As soon as you walk in.
So she turned it off. She's like, "No, you're not watching this." and she turned off the Toxic Avenger. So I had to like wait till they went to. That's what I would do back in the day. I'd wait till everybody went to sleep, and I'd sneak downstairs and watch shit when everyone was like in the middle of the night while everyone was asleep. You know?
Oh, you had to make sure you had your button on the previous channel. Had another channel
like
loaded up just in case.
Sitting right up to the TV. Had the TV volume down as low as you could, so you didn't wake anybody up. So yeah. But anyways, yes, the new movie follows the same sort of concept. There's this activist trying to expose that corrupt corporation, and the janitor gets like caught in the crossfire. She's like being chased by this gang of thugs. He gets tossed into a vat of toxic chemicals and then transforms into this mutant monster who ends up fighting and exposing the corrupt corporation. And it's very violent. All the violence is over the top and gory. It's a very splatterific, a lot of blood and guts, stupid, cheesy fun. And that's pretty much it. I mean, this movie has a budget. It feels like it has a bigger, I mean, we have Peter Dinklage, we have Kevin Bacon. You know, you have like these, you have like named actors in this movie. It feels like it actually looks like it's shot on film. You know, like instead of like a VHS recorder, camcorder, or whatever.
iPhone or some shit.
So yeah, there's a bit of a budget behind it, and it is like total cheese camp bad, so bad that it makes you laugh. Just corny crap. It's trash, you know. but that's the thing. It's trauma. That's what trauma has always been. It's an acquired taste. You either like it, you don't. Yeah, it's just junk food. and there are some lulls here and there. Some of the jokes land, some of them don't. But for the most part, it put a smile on my face, and I enjoyed it for the most part. So I'll give it a 4 out of 5. You know, check out the new Toxic Avenger. You know.
Oh damn! Now where'd you watch it?
Streaming. It's on streaming now.
Streaming where? Oh, you talking about like iTunes?
Like VOD and shit. I got on Vudu and shit.
Gotcha. Okay, just making sure.
And then Donut watched it the other night too, so I watched it with Donut.
Okay, cool.
You know.
I didn't know if it was on HBO or something like that, which I'm still pissed off at HBO. Okay, I apologize for y'all because I know we promised y'all we were going to do Nasia 2 this week.
Oh, yeah.
We told everybody to watch it, but it turns out HBO was only doing Nasia 2 in Asia, but they didn't tell us that. So, yeah. So I'm suing them. Eli's suing them. If y'all want to jump on this lawsuit too, hit me up. I add your name on it, you know.
Something, I can't remember. Forget it. Something dropped on Max too, and I was like, oh shit, I should watch that. Now I don't remember what it is.
Hi, pause.
I can't see it.
Pause for Ethereum, I guess. I know I screwed that up, but that's okay. All right, so we move to the next part of the podcast. Okay. Now we're going to get to the thumbnail. I don't know how many people saw this, saw what we're about to talk about, or even know what we're talking about, because the funny thing about it is, Eli, of course, you know, Netflix did a Ed Gein show, 8 episodes. Just fuckers long. Like I said, right there, Monster, Ed Gein Story. What I realized, Eli, that a lot of people don't know about Ed Gein, or Ed Gein isn't as popular as I thought he'd be. You know, I thought people knew who Ed Gein was, or you know what he inspired for, but apparently this is a lot of people's first, you know, introduction to him. I'm like, oh, so y'all in for a ride? Because I mean, with y'all, okay.
Well, most of the movies that he inspired are old, so. You know, yes,
but people, but people know those movies. Even if they've never seen it, people know Psycho.
Yeah.
You know. So, but people don't know where the inspiration of that came from, you know.
Yeah, or Texas Chainsaw.
Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Or
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs, yeah. So the thing is, like, all those movies we just named, and like I said, they, like, basically the slasher genre is inspired by this guy, by Ed Gein.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, a lot of the thing is about Ed Gein. Like I said, I'm not gonna say he was the first serial killer, but you can almost say he's like the Michael Jordan of serial killers. That's how other serial killers look at him. You know,
if you want to make celebrities out of these assholes, sure, that's
what they're doing.
What do they do? They have church.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying, because, he was this psycho serial killer, sadistic deviant and shit like that. But then you're going to hire that dude from Sons of Anarchy to play him. You're like, huh?
You know, women
then-
in their true crime docs, chicks dig serial killers.
Okay, Eli, 5 minutes in the scene, in the show, this is what you get. So yeah.
Well, yeah, they make Ed Gein like all hot and sexy and shit.
Yeah, I guarantee you when I look at the analytics, this is where the video's going to spike right here.
Oh yeah.
It's so, and I think that's and I get it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we're making documentaries about sexual deviance. Like all these dudes have sexual problems and they do weird shit like that. And if you're gonna do it, you don't want to see an ugly person having sex. Eli, you want to watch a Jabba the Hutt sex tape? Exactly. Right. You don't want to see that. You know what happens.
I was going to say it's like slave laying it or what.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, so you thought about it for a second. When I hear you,
you caught me off guard.
Eli, most people would be like, hell no, I don't want to see that. You thought about it. You were like, hell.
Yeah, probably not.
Right? The fact that you took that long to answer that's the problem.
Yeah. Fuck it. You caught me, all right? You caught me.
But it's the internet. It probably already exists.
I'm sure.
We just don't know about it.
You said it though.
That's a tangent I didn't want to go down, but we went down that road. I'm sorry, y'all.
You put that thought in my head. I'm
sorry, y'all, to put that image in y'all head. I'm just saying. But I'm pretty sure the majority of people other than Eli will answer that a whole lot quicker than he did. What we talking about? Ed Gein.
No,
okay.
I took so long because I was actually offended. No.
Okay, right. Good save.
I was taking a gas. I was like,
good save.
Me watch porn? Like,
clutch my pearls. Oh shit! All right, and back to Ed Gein. Okay, like I said, now if you don't know about Ed Gein and you haven't, honestly, I'm not gonna even tell you about Ed Gein because I watched this whole thing, Eli.
You watched all of it?
I watched the whole thing, all 8 episodes.
Well, God bless you.
Yeah, this is some of the sickest shit I've ever seen on TV.
Okay.
This is the sickest shit I've seen since I watched the Ed Gein documentary when I rented from Blockbuster. When I first heard about it, that was back in the 90s.
Okay.
I got this shit by accident. I think I was watching I thought I was reading Psycho. Because it had Psycho on it. I was like, okay, it's Psycho. Maybe it's behind the scenes of how they made the movies like that. Nope, it was not. It was about Ed Gein. The whole thing was about Ed Gein. I'm like, how long is this thing? It's an hour and a half about this crazy fucker. And then they show video and photos of stuff he was doing and tapes of what he would confess to. I was like, this is the sickest motherfucker ever. And then, you start throwing all the stuff you said, like Psycho and like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Just a brief thing about it. I'd say that. So, look at this motherfucker. This ain't Ed Gein. This is Anthony Perkins from Psycho.
Yeah, Norman Bates,
who is from that. Also, like this. I'll come back to Janet Leigh in a second. But damn, I didn't get the thing I was trying to get. Did I get it? I didn't get it. Fuck it, don't worry about it. What I was trying to do, and I completely lost my train of thought, is that the movie isn't, the TV show isn't just about Ed Gein. Because like I said, everybody knows Ed Gein. If you don't know Ed Gein, Google it real quick. Just look it up. There's a bunch of documents, stuff like that. But it wasn't just primarily about Ed Gein. It was about Ed Gein's, sorry about that, inspirations or what he inspired. Like I said, when we're talking about Psycho and we're talking about Leatherface and all the stuff like that. Then, like I said, when we talk about Psycho, and this is where I want you to jump in, like I know you're going to jump in whether I take you to or not, is that you could argue that Psycho is the first slasher. It invented the slasher. So Alfred Hitchcock, and Alfred Hitchcock was such a big deal back then. Like he just invented the slasher. Before then, I ain't gonna say before then. Well, after then, he also invented the spy genre. Like them early James Bond movies, they were just ripping off his spy movies. Mm-hmm. Just he basically said
North by Northwest and the man
North by Northwest,
yeah.
Dow M for
murder.
Murder.
The man who knew too much. The man who knew too much.
I've said this before. Mission Impossible 2 is a direct ripoff of Notorious, the Alfred Hitchcock movie. Same dialogue, same everything. So yeah. Oh yeah. So the thing is, but when he dropped Psycho, that's how people want. People didn't know you could do stuff like this in the movie. Like before him, you had monsters.
Yeah.
Creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein, Dracula, stuff like that. You had monsters in horror movies. Now you have real people acting like monsters.
Yeah. That was the thing.
Everything. Yeah.
Yeah, that pretty much. Yeah, you're right. It's but Before that, yeah, it was monsters, aliens, ghost stories. That was pretty much the horror movie genre. And Psycho, and there was other similar movies, but like Psycho was one of the first horror flicks that the monster is human, the monster is man, the monster is the guy next door.
Right.
So, which paved the way towards slasher movies.
Which paved the way for slash movies, like
the crazy killer running around hacking up his victims. Yeah.
Right. That's why we're saying that even that movie, Psycho, influences other movies. Because, like I said, that's what I'm talking about. Janet Leigh. Now, for those who know who Janet Leigh was, she was Norman Bates' first victim in the movie because we thought she was the protagonist, and everybody's like, nope, bam, and it just fucked everybody's head up and stuff like that. So when they made Halloween, it was almost an homage to Psycho because they were trying to bring further that slasher genre, and so they hired her daughter, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yep. Yeah, so it was almost an homage to Psycho. We're gonna do she's a Nepo baby for everybody freaking out about that shit. So yeah, so that's so it all ties in together about that. Now about the thumbnail, because now we talked about what Ed Gein influenced, but the show also talked about what influenced Ed Gein, and that was fascinating to me because apparently what he was fascinated by was that when he was a young kid, stuff like that, he saw footage of the Holocaust.
Oh, wow.
Well, not footage, but like people showing him pictures of the Holocaust, and it fucked his head up because he didn't realize people could do like all that shit he was doing. We heard in the documentary, he learned that from the Nazi doctors in the Holocaust. They were doing that stuff to Jews, so that's when we learned stuff like that. And but he didn't just learn it in from photos; he also learned about it in comic books.
Oh no shit!
So what they were doing, so they were giving him comic books of the Nazis doing this stuff. And he was reading about it, and all the stuff he read about it in those comic books he wanted to do. Now I know it sounds weird.
You did good job. You tied it to comic books.
I told you I was going to do it. I know it's a big leap. Like I said, it's a comic podcast. So we got to tie all stuff together. So I know it sounds weird. Like they're like comic books. What he was reading, Mickey Mouse, and it went shit. Like no, okay. So we got to explain because every time we talk about comic books, that we have that connotation of what comic books are. People just think comic books are, that, and they are. People don't understand why they're like that, though. The reason they are like this, because superheroes dominate comic books, is because of government mandate back then. Because before superheroes took over, people weren't fucking superheroes. People weren't reading superheroes. They're reading horror comics. Comics, crime comics, and there was no censors. They were all fucked up. They could do whatever they wanted to back then.
Before the comics code, yeah.
Before the comics code, and that's why the comics code came, because you could just do anything in a comic and they didn't care. And who was reading the stuff? Kids. So that's when the Seduction of the Innocent novel came in, saying kids were fucking up everything. That's why they did all that stuff. So that's when the superheroes took over, because they would say, comics were too violent, so then they kind of just stuck. That's it. I mean, it started to branch out now. It just started branching out like in the late 90s, 2000s. When it started, because then it was just like for the next year, just superheroes. That's all it was, stuff like that. So it started branching out from there, and that's what we got from there. So all that fucked his head up. So basically what they're saying, the same thing Seduction of the Innocent saying, everybody was saying that comic books fucked his head up, made him a serial killer, made him do all that crazy shit. So yeah. What else I got here? That's what I'm looking for. Leatherface. Okay. For those who don't know, yes, Leatherface wears a face on his head. And we're talking about other, like I said, Leatherface was the main inspiration for him. Norman Bates was the main inspiration for him. Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, Also, another deep cut, Eli, I'm going to give you. Joker, remember Joker from New 52?
Oh, yeah.
He wore his own face. He cut his face off and wore his own face. That's definitely an Ed Gein reference. Matter of fact, I'm going to go even a little deeper. He partly inspired Arkham Asylum, the video game.
Okay.
I'm gonna go leave. Okay, because the thing is, what they said in that TV show is that because here's the thing about Ed Gein, he did all this fucked up shit. He chopped up all these bodies, ate people, all this shit like that, something like that. But really, he lived a comfortable life after all this shit because he didn't go to jail. He was just in a comfortable mental hospital, and he died at 77, peacefully. Why? Because he pleaded insanity. So when lawyers found out he could do that, and other criminals found out he could do that, they just started pleading insanity. Oh, I'm crazy. Send me to, a spa or some shit like that. Don't put me in, populate cell block 1 and no shit like that, a general population, and that's pretty much the plot of Arkham Asylum. All of Batman's villains, they just, I'm crazy. I'm insane. Send me over here. Don't put me in Gym Pop, put me over here. So that's when Batman gets locked in Arkham Asylum, he got to fight his way out of these crazy motherfuckers that he put there. So I think all of that ties back into Ed Gein. Like I said, even people don't know him, he's popular, he does a thing, he's there. So yeah.
Well,
but like I said,
as a metalhead, yes, I've been familiar with Ed Gein.
I'm pretty sure I'd be shocked if you weren't, Eli.
Yeah, like there's a bunch of death metal bands. Slayer has a song called Dead Skin Mask. The first time I heard it, it gave me the creeps.
Okay.
So yeah.
Now I will say this. Now, how accurate is this show? Not very at all. Because the thing is about Ed Gein, even though they got all this stuff about him, they only tied him to one murder. So technically, he's not a serial killer. But the thing is, when he was doing his thing in that town, people just come up missing just left and right, and nobody investigated anything.
Mm-hmm.
Did he do it?
Before,
Did he not do it?
And it's before, like, they really knew how to profile serial killers. And
right.
like that,
I mean, there was such thing as serial killers back then.
Yeah.
Or they didn't have a name for it. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was like Jack the Ripper, but that was like in England in the 1800s, and
right. Which they would never caught him. So
they never caught him.
Right.
There's theories and all that, but yeah. It was the whole detecting, the way police investigations were still developing,
right. So when people come up missing, they just didn't think twice about it. Like, oh, they just gone. That's it, like that.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing why I'm saying like Halloween might have been influenced by Ed Gein also, because they say one of Ed Gein's victims was a babysitter, which Jamie Lee Curtis was a babysitter in there.
Well, that's the original title of the movie. Was the babysitter murders? The babysitter
murders. Okay, yeah.
And then John Carpenter and Deborah Hill changed it. They wrote the script and changed it to Halloween just to give it a theme.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So pretty cool. So yeah, so that's also. But like I said, going back to the show, what I thought about the show, like I said, honestly, it's some sadistic shit. From what I saw, this shit. I mean, I understand a lot of this. Over half of this shit is made up. They just made some shit up because they don't even know if he killed.
They gotta they gotta sensationalize it.
It's a TV show, so of course you're gonna sensationalize. I get that, So a lot of but the funny thing about it, Eli, that all the murders in it, because like I said, we don't know who he killed, who he didn't kill, but all the murders were references to horror movies that we've seen, like popular horror movies. Okay. Like the first scene I seen when you probably couldn't see it when he was chasing those guys with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that. Mm-hmm. Which they said that he never actually used a chainsaw. He used a bone saw. But I guess Texas Bone Saw Massacre doesn't have the same ring to it.
Well, Wisconsin. This took place in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Which is, right next door to my state here, Minnesota. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Also where Milwaukee is, where Jeffrey Dahmer.
Y'all got a lot of serial killers up there, man.
Something about Wisconsin, man. Yeah, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
The land of something in the cheese or the beer or something. I don't know.
Right. On a man's time, you're gonna kill somebody. So
yeah. And by the way, fuck the pack. That's how
also, like I said, they made a bunch of references to it. Like I'm pretty sure, like there's a reference to another Texas Chainsaw Massacre when he hit the hammer with the girl or some shit. There's another one. There's a direct reference to Michael Myers. On this for some reason, like
I saw a clip, like the preview on Netflix, where he's like in the outfit, like he's dressed up in the dress, the mom's outfit, and he's wearing the mask. It looks like Michael Myers.
Yeah. So they definitely, it looked like a Michael Myers mask, which I'm pretty sure they took all that in consideration also. Yeah. But like when one of his victims was in the bathroom and shit like that, and then he's in the bathroom, but he steps down on the stool also, and then y'all just taking this directly from Michael Myers. The psycho scene is that one of his victims, he actually opens up a shower and like, none of this shit happened, man. But it's fun. It's just entertaining. You got to take this shit with a grain of salt. That's all. Yeah. But that being said, if y'all watch this shit, the really, really, really fucked up shit, that shit happened. I'm not gonna say what happened, but if you see some really, really fucked up shit, that shit happened. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So you just want to do some fact checking with this and that stuff like that. But yeah, the motherfucker was crazy. The last episode was completely made up. He did not what I was gonna say, talk to the FBI to get Ted Bundy convicted. That shit never happened. So They just made that shit. They just pulled that shit out the ass.
Is this a shared universe? They're gonna have the Ted Bundy shows next or whatever.
That's what it seemed like. Like, oh, y'all teasing this? Y'all letting us know what's coming up next? Okay.
The after credit scene.
The after credits scene, like, oh shit, y'all turn to the MCU, the murder cinematic universe. Some shit. Shit. So that's like
the chicks would eat that shit up.
They would love this shit. It's just a calendar of just all the serial killers they had and shit like that. But like I said, this show, like I said, Sick honestly made me uneasy. Only reason I watched this shit because I just like, let me just talk about this shit so I can completely forget about it. This is not some shit I would ever watch again. I'm not saying it's bad in any way. It just did just some sick shit. This damn near borderline demonic to me. Like I said, this ain't, honestly, you got to be a sick fuck to be in some shit like this. Sorry, Eli, I'm just saying. But yeah.
Well, yeah, true crime's never been my thing. The fact that, like, I can watch all the horror movies and all the blood and gore, but it's not real. It's fake. I know it. True crime actually happens, and that bums me out. So,
right.
I
did this shit.
Yeah,
and think about it, like, okay, I can understand that, but look who we're talking about. And we're showing what he did. He takes it way farther than your normal serial killer does. So
your normal serial killer.
I know this sounds fucked up, but, but like I said, if y'all get into, like I said, you ain't even got to watch the Netflix show. Just watch a documentary or YouTube video, stuff like that. And even then, you probably won't even make it all the way through with all the crazy shit that you hear he's done. So yeah. So
slap a score.
I probably should not have clicked on this. I knew I should have clicked on it. Okay, we just caught a virus. That's okay. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to rate this. Because, I mean, like on a production level, acting wise, I mean, it was all top notch. But the subject matter of it is, and just the fact that they're romanticizing and sexualizing and fetishizing one of the most sadistic mass murderers in American history, you know. So I don't know, man. I don't know how to rate this, Eli. I don't know. I'm trying to. Oh, I'm gonna give you. Okay, Netflix. Oh, okay. The Real Spoonie. You have been here before. Okay, I know about the Netflix boycott. I don't care. Reason I don't care because Elon Musk is spearheading it. So anything he says, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. So that's just how it goes. So yeah, but you do you. Have fun with that. All right. So rating, I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5, Eli. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5, even though this shit fucked with my spirit.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it's supposed to. Oh, you know, horror is supposed to fuck you up. There's certain horror that is fun to watch. You know what I mean. But then there's some horror that legitimately creeps you out and makes you feel uneasy, and that's what it aims to do. Right. And that's what it sounded like this did. You know. Yeah,
I mean, I feel like is this irresponsible of them to unleash this on the world? You know, this Ed Gein, because just like the Nazi Holocaust inspired him, maybe this inspires some other crazy motherfucker out there.
This is probably the slickest one there's been shitty. I saw an Ed what the hell's his name? He's an actor. Back into like the early 2000s, there was all those serial killer straight to DVD movies, and there was a shitty Ed Gein movie.
Jeremy Renner played Jeffrey Dahmer in one of those.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. I saw that too. He played Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right. Before Hawkeye, but yeah.
Yeah, low budget serial killer flicks right to DVD, and there was an Ed Gein one that I saw and was really trashy and crappy, and yeah. This one looks a little slick.
Yeah, I mean the production value they spent money on this.
They had production value. Yes, they valued the production.
Yeah. So I can't knock it for that. I mean, it gets a good score just for that alone. It's just the fact, like morally, the way they tell the story, they do romanticize the stuff, and they almost make you feel sympathetic for him. I wasn't. I'm just saying they want to make you feel sympathetic for it. Like I said, they always like, well, what makes a person do this? Why was a person do this? Oh, this mental health and that mental health.
And that's a legitimate like theme too. Like,
but Eli, can't a motherfucker just be evil? Can we just say that?
Yeah.
Well, we always got to rationalize this shit. You eat faces, you fuck corpses. Yeah. I don't care what mental health you had. You're evil.
You know how we are. We all think the villains are cool. Like we live vicariously through their sadistic deeds. But at one point, there's always something they do that, okay, they step over line. Like we all love Killmonger. Killmonger was right until he shoots his old lady and then
wants
tries
to
to
start a race war.
start this race war and world domination. Okay, now I was rocking with you at first, but now you're going to your head.
Another fucked up thing. Yeah. Okay.
They always cross the line. Same thing with Magneto. Magneto is right, but he wants to like genocide all of humanity. Like,
right.
But damn, he can inspire.
Now here's the thing: a movie that I'm going to talk about that I know everybody hated, including me, but it kind of proving their point. Shit like this making their point. Joker 2. I know nobody's seen it, and the people that did see it, but the whole point about that movie is when you wrote the problem with romanticizing killers. That was the whole point about it, serial killers.
Yeah.
So
or natural born killers from the 90s.
Okay, thank you. Give me a good movie. Okay.
That pretty much was the theme of that movie. How they made celebrities out of serial killers.
Yeah.
How the media exploits the crime and the violence for ratings and all that. And shit, Robert Downey Jr. was in that movie as the sleazy TV show.
No, you won't.
Did I leave? Am I here?
You kind of went out, but yeah, you're back now. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So, but no, I just said Robert Downey Jr. played the sleazy TV show host, kind of exploiting the real life events and, kind of, sensationalize everything, romanticize it,
Yeah.
No.
I don't agree with it, but I mean, like I said, it's a free country. That's what Jimmy Kimmel fought for, so that's
if you don't like it, you don't got to watch it.
You ain't got to watch it. The government can't shut it down. You can just not watch it. So
don't read it. Don't look at it. Don't listen to it. If it's something you don't like, you don't have
anybody
to
that, like I said, anybody that sees this knows whether or not they want to see this. Yeah. And if you do what you want, or don't, you know. So if you want to boycott Netflix. Yeah. Not for this. It's a whole nother thing. For me, something to do with Jurassic Park, which I'm not even going to get into, but yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to get into it, but
yeah. That's fine.
All right. So, so can we move on to the next part of the podcast? I don't even know where we're going from this, but.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, Eli. You're up.
Am I up?
You're up.
Give me a second. Give me a second. He'll filibuster for a second. Let me.
Okay, go ahead and sit up. Okay, we got a special surprise for y'all. Okay, I'm gonna filibuster for a second. We're just gonna filibuster because, like I said, this is the first week of Halloween. So the first week of Halloween, technically, I don't do anything on this podcast. I'm normally gone. I'm normally in the background smoking cigarettes, something like that, while Eli takes over because it's Halloween. This is his month to just ramble on and just give us all kind of lore dump and Halloween and stuff and everything. So he has a surprise. So this is now his time. He's up. He has a surprise for y'all. I don't know where he's at, but I'm pretty sure he's going to come back. And I'm trying to filibuster as long as I can. And he's still gone. Okay. So, yeah. I guess I can talk about more about Ed Gein. So I'm going to tell you some crazy shit that happened on this TV show. Like I said, the dude. Oh, are you back? Thank you. I was about to explain what Ed Gein did.
Oh no, I'm almost there.
Oh, you're still going. Okay, so I do got to talk about it. Okay, all right.
Talk about Vidja games or something. I don't know.
I can't because I got a Vidja game station coming up, but that's okay. We're gonna talk about it.
Okay, no,
right.
I think I'm good.
You good? Okay.
I did.
Okay, all right. Okay. Before you go, I gotta set you up. I gotta introduce you. Or not introduce you, but people know who you are. All right. So, like I said, this is gonna be we're gonna say this is the first annual, even though we've done this for like 100 years, so like that. It's the first annual Eli Halloween Hootenanny. Give you a little intro.
Yeah. Yes. Every October, I'm the horror guy. I'm a horror fan. Leroy, not so much. I do the horror.
I'm here for more support. So yeah.
Yeah. We usually have this, in the month of October. It's Halloween season, so I do some spooky, spectacular horror Halloween hubbub. Hootenanny. Jack-o'-lantern jamboree, whatever you want to call it. Monster Mayhem, Eli's Monster Mayhem segment. And where I talk about some horror stuff. I talk about my favorite horror flicks, or whatever. And this year I was like trying to come up with something. I was like, what can I do this year? And I was like, should I talk about this movie or that movie? Should I talk about some obscure flick no one's ever seen just to flex all the horror shit that I know? or talk about. I mean, I didn't feel like doing that. I didn't feel like talking about the classics again. I've done that. It's been done. Everybody's doing it. I was like, you know what? Halloween is like supposed to be fun. Halloween's a fun time. Let's party. Let's like why is it just me? Why do I have to just like, why do I get to have all the fun? Like it just turns into me doing a lecture while Leroy just sits back. No, let's get Leroy involved in it. It's a party. Let's enjoy ourselves. So I thought, how can I get Leroy involved in this? Leroy's not into horror, but how can I get him to have some fun too? So I was thinking, and then I could, you know what? This year for our Halloween Hootenanny, we're gonna do our favorite Halloween episodes from our favorite TV shows. And this week,
okay.
there you go. And this week, I have chosen my favorite Halloween episode from Community.
I already knew it. Get out of my brain. I already knew you were gonna say it. Which one? The zombie episode?
The zombie episode, yes.
The zombie episode. I already knew where you were going with it.
Epidemiology, the Halloween episode from season 2. I believe it's episode 6.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, Community, one of our favorite shows. It's great. The Russo brothers had their start on it, who went on to direct some funny book movies, I believe. They made a name for themselves. Yeah. And
working on one right now, but yeah.
Yeah. I think we're going to hear from them again. But no, Communities are one of our favorite TV shows, and their Halloween. Every year they had a Halloween episode, every season, and they're all really funny. But the season 2 one, the zombie episode, stands out as one of the best. Not only the best Halloween episode, but one of the best episodes of the show. They are having the school is having a Halloween party.
Now, just to be honest, they're not technically zombies.
No, they like have rabies or something. They get sick. So
no, they ate some bad chicken or something.
Yeah,
somebody cooked some bad food. Or something.
It was tainted taco meat from the Army surplus store because the dean was trying to save money on the party budget.
Right.
So he found like old rations from the Army surplus store and served it as the taco meat, and it got everybody sick. And they didn't really become zombies, but they had like it's like they got rabies. They got like a
rabies,
fever.
And they start biting each other and start
fighting each other, and they have this fever, and they kind of like, go walk around in these trances because they have such a high fever, and they start like getting brain damage, and then all the characters end up holding up in the library in their study group room. Right.
The main people that we know were hiding from right here.
Yeah. And it's
but then what, of course, in zombie fashion, one of them was bit. They didn't tell anybody.
Yeah. There's that scene where where they're all holding up in the library, and they're all like the doctor who's dressed up as the banana. Like they're all in Halloween costumes too, which is another hilarious little thing going on. Like Troy and Abed. Troy and Abed are dressed up like it's the alien and the
remember that's the whole subplot that Troy didn't want to do the alien thing. He wanted to be sexy Dracula. We'll get into that. Okay. But anyway, so the whole party's getting sick, and the survivors, they board themselves up in the library and to sort of fend off the zombie horde, until the army shows up to cure them. Wait, wasn't the army gonna nuke them?
They were gonna at the end they were gonna do something. Oh, we got to go with Plan B because the rest. He only thought the dean was the only witness. The army. Yeah,
because they didn't want to know that food was out there because they were so they were like, let's just take out the whole town. So
they're like, okay, there's the whole school is infected. Okay, we'll go with Plan B. Let's cure them. But yeah, there's that thing where Troy and Abed, they're dressed up as an alien and the load lifter, and Troy, he didn't want to be a nerd. So
because he wanted to be cool like Jeff. So
so this is before nerd shit was cool. This is before the MCU made nerds like fashionable. You know, this is before the Avengers movies. So being a nerd and a geek wasn't that cool, and that's kind of like his thing. He ends up embracing his inner nerd at the end because he was still trying to be
he
a
kinda
jock.
had to save everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, they eat this the tainted meat, and they're biting each other. And then the doctor, I think it was Annie's boy, she was going out with this doctor dude.
Annie's boyfriend, who Jeff hated.
Yeah, and he was dressed up as a banana.
Right.
And he's going over the like the symptoms. Yeah, you get a fever and you get stomach cramps and you feel a little woozy. And then there's one more symptom. Slurred speech.
Slurred speech. They're like, oh shit, he's a zombie.
Yeah, and then
didn't Jeff like kick him into the zombies or something like that? And kick him out of
and then Britta's like, what do you mean? I was like, I got bit 10 minutes ago and I feel fine. Yeah, so then they make it a escape for it, and and Troy ends up being the last survivor, quote unquote, to get infected. And there's that one line where Abed's like, Troy, be the first black man to make it to the end, which is which is a direct reference to Night of the Living Dead, where the black guy he doesn't survive. He makes it to the end only to get murdered. Which is the whole
any horror movie.
But that's what's cool. And there's the ABBA soundtrack. The ABBA soundtrack's going on. So that's what Troy's trying to do. He's trying to get to the AC, to turn the AC on so everybody's fever can come down and make them kind of curb the symptoms and stuff. That part with the cat when they're going through the back room and the cat keeps jumping. What's up with that cat? Is somebody throwing it? And and then Chang bangs Shirley. That would
and that was a whole subplot that goes through the whole because they don't know who the baby daddy is.
Yeah, she gets pregnant, and it could have been Chang's baby.
Also that episode, that's when Abed figures out that Jeff and Britt are banging.
Yeah. So not this episode also sets up a bunch of other plots that thread through the rest of the show. This is a great show. It's written very well written show. And I think what makes this cool is it like follows the zombie formula. And this is like right when the zombie trend was like at its peak.
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead hadn't even come out yet. I think this predates The Walking Dead. But like Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead, written by James Gunn, 28 Days Later, those movies spawned the resurgence of the zombie movies in the 2000s. And we had a bunch of zombie flicks, and this came out right during that time. Eventually, The Walking Dead came out and killed the genre. But
he was sexy Dracula in this. So,
but The Walking Dead comic was going on before the show. So this kicked off the zombie trend. And it's sort of a parody of zombie movies. I mean, they're making direct references to other zombie movies. When Annie gets dragged through the window, that's like right out of Shaun of the Dead, like that same shot, and it just follows the zombie movie formula of the outbreak occurs, the survivors board up in one location and are like under siege and tension rise, and then they start getting picked off one by one, and then they make a break for it. And one lone survivor, which is Troy at the end. Again, a reference. He's the only black guy, and it's a direct reference to Night of the Living Dead.
Right.
So this is just a great episode, and all the Community Halloween episodes are great. The one where they're telling the different stories.
Yeah, they're trying to find out who's the serial killer.
Who's insane, who's psycho.
Yeah.
Or the one where
they all are.
Yeah. And it turned out
except Abed.
Abed was the only
he was the only one that wasn't right.
Yeah, or the one where they're going around and they get locked in Troy's mansion. Or not Troy, Pierce's,
that was
Pierce's
like
mansion.
season 4. Yeah, that's kind of Okay. That's when we started kind of dipping a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, or even the first season when Pierce dressed up as Beastmaster, and I
love that. Abed was Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean that's check out Community. It's a great show, but also the Halloween episodes are great, and the epidemiology is probably my favorite Halloween episode from Community. And that's what we're gonna do this month. We're going to talk.
Yeah.
Next week we'll have there's all kinds of cool Halloween episodes from, TV shows, Simpsons, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Modern Family, Roseanne.
Roseanne did have one, yeah.
Superstore. So we can brainstorm and pick and choose our favorite Halloween episodes. That's what we're going to do this month. So
Okay.
yeah.
Let me know ahead of time. I'll watch it because I remember that community episode just because I watched it so many times. But next week, let me know and I'll watch it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And on Peacock, if you check under, Peacock has a Halloween horror section. And if you click on it, it gives you all the movies, but then it'll go into TV shows too. So it'll give you all the Halloween episodes from the TV shows that are on Peacock, where Community is. Community is on Peacock. Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, there we go. Merry Halloween, motherfuckers.
Nice. Okay. All right. So now we're gonna move to the Vidja Gang section. Okay.
All right.
So very quickly, just jump into it. Just me pissed off about Xbox again. Hold up. Before we go there, hold on. Let's see the trade. Oh, we caught another virus. Okay, my fault. I shouldn't have clicked on that. He'll be back. Don't worry. I'm going to talk. While he's going, I'm just go ahead and talk about this. All right. So Xbox. So another thing, what they've done is that they've raised their prices again. The Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So right now, if you don't have Game Pass Ultimate and you want to get it, it is $30. $30 to get Game Pass Ultimate. Hold on, let me see what we got. Nope, I'm not clicking it. I'm clicking it where I FOMO fear missing out. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
There you go. You're there.
Yeah.
I was just over here. Embarrassing computer, that's all. All right. So, thing what I'm pissed off about. Xbox, they're raising prices again since last week. Game Pass Ultimate is $30 a month now.
Ultimate. What is Ultimate now?
Ultimate is the one that you do cloud game and let you get all the games like day one. It was
$15
at the beginning of the year, $20 2 weeks ago, and that was $30. So yeah, and it just happened to be right before Call of Duty comes out. So they're gonna make sure. Oh, they get shit out of us. Okay, I'm not clicking that. So that's all it's pissed about. I was just letting people know that if you wanted to upgrade your Game Pass Ultimate, it's there. And people are saying like, but what about the other one? They gave you other benefits with the other. I don't fuck the other benefits. I don't care. All I care about is $30. I gotta pay. They're more expensive than Netflix now. The Netflix highest tier. That's too much, Xbox. You got crazy. Another thing, what they're saying, I don't know. This is a rumor. People saying right now, they're pretty much saying that Xbox is getting out of the console game. Like the Xbox and the S, they might start even sending those back. You can't even buy them anymore. Like you might see something like that. So yeah, like not even worried about the next thing. They're just getting rid of what they got now.
And that's the thing is I want to get the new Shinobi.
Yeah.
But I'm like, should I get it on Xbox or my Switch? And I'm like, I don't have the new Switch. I got the old Switch.
But is it on a new Switch or the old Switch? I mean, is it going to be a Switch?
I don't know. But I see it on the Xbox X. But I'm like, if they're going to start, if I get the game and then they're going to start jacking up the price for my fucking Game Pass.
Yeah.
I'm like,
but are you going to buy the game or are you going to get Game Pass? Or are you just going to see what's on Game Pass?
Well, no, it's not on Game Pass yet. It's just for purchase right now.
Okay. Really?
So I gotta buy it. I gotta buy the game to play it.
Okay. All right. So I mean, you get on Xbox. I mean, it's not online or anything like that. So you just buy it and just play it. So yeah. I guess. I don't know. So yeah. All right. There's a Movie Next Part podcast.
All right.
Okay. Like I said, we're here. We kind of flew through all this stuff. Like I said, this comic book bulls. We're talking about comic books. You jump into it. You let you go first. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever moves you.
Well, should I do Absolute Superman? That's the one that's pulled up.
Go for it. Okay. Absolute Superman. Oh, like Ra's al Ghul, like massaging his shoulders, some shit. I can't remember what was going on in the poster, but yeah.
Well, this is number 12.
Okay.
So the Absolute Universe, Dark Side has been doing something, has created a Dark Side universe, the Absolute Universe, with the absolute versions of all our heroes. This is the absolute version of Superman, where he's Superman, but he's changed. He's a little younger. He came here when he was a teenager.
Right, not a baby like he was before.
Yeah. Yeah. He's and so this this issue starts out. So he escaped. He escaped Lazarus. He escaped Brainiac because Ra's al Ghul has Brainiac, and it was like torturing Superman. Well, he's escaped. Like Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen, they work for the Lazarus Corps. They're like, they're militia, and they help Superman escape. And he flies them back to Kansas, to Smallville.
Oh, it didn't make sense. So he can't fly in this universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
And basically, most of this issue is just a flashback of Saul, his cape. So he's got an AI cape.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his AI program from Krypton that his Kryptonian parents, Jor-El, he developed this program to like guide, Kal-El while he's on Earth. It's an AI program, but it's his cape. And it's like a spawn cape. It can morph and do all kinds of weird shit. And it's a flashback of how it guided Kal-El while he first came to Earth, and taught him about Earth and taught him about Kryptonian history, and kind of just watched over him, his during his first years he was on Earth. That's what most of it is, and sort of inspiring him and comforting him and all that. And then we cut to Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen. They're at a diner in Smallville. Lana Lang is the waitress, and the whole crowd or the whole diner is like surrounds them. They're like, "You work for Lazarus Corps, you guys, this corrupt corporation run by Ra's al Ghul." And they're like, "Yeah, we used to, but we didn't agree with what they were doing with Superman, so we helped them escape, and he brought us here." They're like, "Oh, well, if you're a friend of Superman, you're a friend of ours." Because we see what they say about him on the news. The news slanders his name. They say he's a terrorist. He's an illegal immigrant here to ruin the country, blah, 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 blah.
The usual stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, that shit. All the bullshit, propaganda bullshit. But we know who Superman really is because he lived here. So we know what he's done for us, and he saved so many lives. So, yeah, if you're a friend of Superman, dinner's on the house, And so they go back to Superman like, "Oh, hey, they, free dinner for us and shit." Jimmy's all like, "Hey, we got free food and all this shit." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Well, we got to get ready because Ra's al Ghul's coming." And then it shows Lazarus Corps. They're moving in on Kansas. They're moving in on Smallville, and they got a whole army of peacemakers, helicopters, tanks, and giant robot mechs all, marching towards Smallville. And that's where it ends. It's called The Battle of Kansas, Part 1.
Okay. We got an art.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Got a little bit of a little slow with all the flashbacks and the sentimentality, but it was cool. Getting to that emotional core of Superman and what his purpose is, and giving him hope, how he got hope from Saul. Which in turn inspires him to inspire others. So yeah, there's that whole theme going on. But yeah, this is cool. Like, they haven't lost me yet. I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
Cool. All right. Bloop. There we go. All right. So the first book I'm going to see, you did an absolute book, right? Okay. Since you did an absolute book, I'm going to do an absolute book.
Is this that evil one?
Yeah, the absolute evil. Did you read this? I
did not. I was gonna, but I said,
Crazy ass book. Matter of fact, what you just did kind of ties into this. It's all connected. All that stuff.
I heard about like what it is now. I did hear.
They
about
kind of like spoiling the shit out this book. Like, clips are everywhere right now. So yeah. There's supposed to be a big status quo coming for everything. I guess big status quo. Or you kind of like let it know, or it's almost like a recap of what's been going on.
Yeah, I think it's setting up this big event that's happening. This is going to lead to a big absolute event thing. Or was it that KO or some shit? Or what
yeah, but I don't know if that's absolute or the regular universe or both or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Still kind of confused on the direction of going on there, but it doesn't matter. We're right here. Right now, we got absolute evil that we're going to talk about. So yeah, in this book, we get the formation of the Absolute Justice League. It finally happens. So yeah.
Yes, I heard about this. Yes,
but you heard about that. Nice. So let's go to it and see what happens. So the book starts off with, okay, So basically, superheroes were a thing in the absolute universe back during World War II when they needed them, to help win World War II. When World War II ended, they no longer needed them and they kind of got rid of them. So the first thing they did, like Hawkman, they brought him in the room and they say, okay, Hawkman, you did your thing. Now you work for us. You got to tell us who you are. We don't have a secret identity no more. So what you're going to do, you either do that or you quit. You're like, I'm joining y'all. Here's my secret identity. Here's the information on all the superheroes that I know. And yeah, that's what happens. So then we get Oliver Queen, the absolute Green Arrow. We get him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's having a conversation. He's on the phone with Roy, which I imagine is Roy Harper. Speedy, his sidekick in the regular universe. I guess he's just cool here. So he's talking to him and basically telling him what's going on is that, yeah, I'm supposed to go on this meeting today, but I ain't going to this meeting today. What I'm going to do is that there's this asshole billionaire that thinks we're cool, and he's got his own private island, and he's running kids up and through that island and stuff like that. Sounds familiar. We're not going to, they touch into it a little bit, but we're going to keep moving from there. So basically, Ollie's just like, look, I'm sick of this shit. I'm going to take that guy out. He's a billionaire. He thinks nobody can touch him. I got to do something with my money. I'm going to touch him. I'm going to take him out. And yeah, that's it. So we go to Hector Hammond. Hector Hammond in the regular universe is the Green Lantern villain. He was the main bad guy of the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie, if anybody remembers that movie, which I'm pretty sure nobody does. But anyway, he's here. He's going to an important meeting. He's there. They take his cell phone so in case he can't do anything. And when he gets there, he sees the Legion of Doom, the absolute Legion of Doom. And let's do a roll call. So you got here Ra's al Ghul, Superman's villain in this universe, Veronica Cale, Wonder Woman's villain, somebody Thawne, I guess Flash villain, but Thawne, that's all we need to know, and the Joker. He's a Joker because he doesn't smile. So yeah. So these there, he's just like, hey, so what the fuck? Why are we here? So the reason you're here,
the Joker's like a billionaire in this.
Yeah, he's a billionaire. He's the one with money. Bruce Wayne is broke.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense. So yeah, everything's topsy turvy, wibbly wobbly. That's how the universe is. Okay, so why are they meeting? This is the meeting they have because, and once you get to it, because basically what they're saying is they're doing a recap of they belong to this organization, basically the government. The government has been purposely, systematically getting rid of superheroes since World War II. So the first thing they just give you some prime examples like this: Wesley Dodds. Wesley Dodds was this guy that got rich off some kind of sleeping agent that he made, to help people sleep. While at the same time he was doing that, there was this crime-fighting vigilante named Sandman that was using his sleeping gas to put people to sleep. So it doesn't take two and two to put two together. So they shot him. They figured out who he was, shot him. All his patents and formulas came up missing, but somehow those same formulas that he invented ended up in World War II that the United States was using to win the war, because they turned into nerve gas. Wildcat was beating up people, but he kept going higher up the list, beating up people. All of a sudden, he got offered money, like $15,000, to just look the other way. He took the money. No more Wildcat. That's it. Another dude named, that was it. Iron Monroe. They say he was some dude that was faster than a locomotive and could stop a bullet at so many times and stuff like that. And what happened to him? They shot him. No, they used Sandman's sleeping gas, but they weaponized it, turned to a nerve gas. So it doesn't matter how strong you are, it's going to kill you anyway. And yeah, he's dead. They killed him. So they just said, so that's just 3 examples of 100 superheroes that we've taken out over the years like that. Because what we got to do is make sure that no superheroes come up, because if they do, they might oppose us. But that was then. This is now. A few months ago, 6 months ago, some huge monster called the Tetracide popped out of nowhere.
That's from Wonder Woman.
That's Wonder Woman. And Veronica Cale says, and this monster was the second most dangerous monster that popped out of in the city that day. The most dangerous one was Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's when she turned into a Medusa, a Gorgon.
That's what she said. She said that's what she did. She turned into Medusa, took it out. Like I said, and not only did she do that, she was bossing around the soldiers, telling the soldiers what to do. So that makes her more dangerous than just all the power she was doing. Like
that shit was dope.
Yeah. Like who is she to tell people what to do when they supposed to shoot her on sight? She's inspiring people. She's influencing people. That is the dangerous superpower she has, not the other shit she's got. That. Then Roz, this guy, Superman. This guy been popping up. Stronger than that Iron Monroe guy, way stronger than him. And he's also doing the same thing where he's taking down these big, powerful things, stuff like that. And he's influencing one of our soldiers to ignore protocol from the Brainiac algorithm to write her own story in her own words. Who told her to do that? Talking about Lois Lane. So so he's influencing people, and that's what they're scared of, not the superpowers, that they're influencing people. And then we got this other thing in Gotham City. We think he's human. We don't know, but yeah. And Joker's just like, yeah, I've been dealing with him. He's getting on my fucking nerves, you know. And then and then you got other people, Green Lantern, Flash, and there may be other people we don't know about.
Martian Manhunter. I dropped that. I'm not reading that anymore.
People have been recommending it. I need to get back on. Well, I need to get on it. I haven't read it all, but people been recommending it. So yeah. I don't know enough about them for it to like mean anything to me, for me to appreciate it. Yeah, Martian Manhunter lore and stuff.
So. Yeah.
But that's what they're scared of. They're not worried about superpowered dudes popping up. They're worried about people inspiring the regular people to like rise up and, you know, go against the man and stuff like that. Like, nah, we are the evil billionaires of this universe. We control this shit. And that's when the Joker like, let me show y'all something. Yeah, bypass Hector Hammond. I don't give a shit about him. Oh yeah, that's my fault. Okay, so Hector Hammond was just like, look, man, I don't need y'all to do this shit, man. I got enough money. I can do this shit on my own. We don't have to pool our resources to take our guys out. He's like, yeah, you do. You want to know why? Because there was a dude about to come after your ass and kill your ass. But guess what? We made a phone call, and then you see Hawkman holding Green Arrow's body. Problem solved. So when he was going to go to Epstein Island and take them folks out, they're like, nah, no, you're not. So Hawkman fucked him up. Yeah, he's dead.
Damn.
And they just leave him on the table while they keep doing the meeting. So yeah, and that's when Joker stands up. He was like, y'all, let me show y'all something. He was like, oh, go bypass all this shit. So yeah, Joker's just like, look, I'm gonna show y'all something. I have scientific proof of some shit nobody else knows about, but I'm gonna tell y'all because I've been doing research. So everybody thinks, so scientists have been theorizing there's this particle that unites everything in the universe. They call it the God particle. But I've been doing research and realized that there is something else in this universe that isn't right. And Brainiac is like monitoring the whole thing right now through Ra's al Ghul's eyes, because him and Ra's al Ghul in cahoots. So yeah. And that's when he says, Green Arrow's body's still on the table. So he said, I found something else that connects everything in this universe. And you can even see it looks like an Omega symbol flying through everything.
Oh,
we call it the Omega symbol.
Particle.
So, yeah, I'm sorry, the Omega particle, what they call it, Omega particle. Yeah. So what does this Omega particle do? So what we realize in this universe, that if you do evil, this universe rewards you. If you do good, you end up like Green Arrow. So that's what happened to all the superheroes, because when they try to do good, they got taken out, because this universe is rewarding us for being assholes. So we need to keep doing this. So all these superheroes right here, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, all this shit like that, doing all this wild shit like that, we need to crush them now. But I'm not worried about it. We know we're crushing them because we've been crushing these guys for like 100 years. And you know how I know we're going to crush them? And Joker says, because God is on my side. Well, y'all don't hear me. He's preaching about dark side. So yeah. Oh yeah. So then somebody finally comes and drags Green Arrow's body out the room. So yeah. And it was like, so that's why we don't need to be friends, but we need to form a league. A Justice League. And it shows that they're having a meeting. They're having a meeting in the Hall of Justice. These evil billionaire bastard motherfuckers are the Justice League of the Absolute Universe.
The Dark Justice League.
Right. What the hell? Oh, and then
Absolute
Brainiac.
Justice.
Yeah, so Brainiac realized, okay, they're almost complete, but they're not complete. He's what Mirror Master saying, like they have dark reflections of each other, but there's one person that doesn't have a reflection to bounce off him. It's Joker. He's a wild card. We need to control him. We need somebody to balance him out. And I have just the guy. And who do they show? Let's come to the end. Lex Luthor.
Oh shit! Look at him.
Yeah. Yeah. Since he ain't worried about Smallville and Superman's like that, he's actually been chilling. He's having to have a good ass life. So yeah. So he getting a call from Brainiac like, oh, y'all need me? Okay. So yeah.
What the fuck? Is he like an Ed Gein? Is he got like bodies in his basement or some shit?
Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Yeah.
What's Ultimate Lex? Because he hasn't shown up. We haven't seen Ultimate
We
Lex
haven't
yet.
seen him. This
I
is
mean,
his
absolute.
absolute. It's confusing for me too. I forget what in universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first time we've seen Lex in this absolute universe. He's got hair. Yeah. It's what the fuck. So this book, Al Ewing wrote this.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So this is a crazy ass story, man. It threw me for a fucking loop. Like, okay, this is the Justice League? What? And they know Darkseid is real? Like, what the hell? So crazy book. 5 out of 5.
Yeah, it is like the ultimate, where the maker, like the
and they had all the guys rule. They really rule the universe. The secret Illuminati group. So yeah.
Yeah.
And the superheroes trying to control. Yeah, it is very much like that. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I saw it and I was like, you know what? This is probably they're just setting up something, and I'm like,
and it's exactly what it is. It just was a setup book. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not reading the Flash or the Green Arrow book or the Green Lantern, Absolute Green Lantern shit. So I was like, but no.
I think they kind of know that because Green Arrow, Flash, they kind of just flew through them. They're like, we know y'all not reading this shit. Let's just focus on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. The shit that's selling. So, yeah. So that's all I got. So what you got for now?
Batman #2.
Okay.
Fraction's Batman.
I did read this.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but it's all you. It's all you.
You can assist.
I can assist, but it's all you, baby.
You can be on deck.
Yeah. I will produce. Okay. So
yeah. So we start out. Yeah, Max Fractions. He's got the new arc of Batman. This is an absolute Batman. This is regular Batman.
This is regular Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. So we start out with a flashback of Bruce with Damian and Tim, and he's trying to teach Tim how to, drive the Batmobile.
Just drive in general. He just teaches him how to drive.
Yeah, and especially so he can, in case an emergency when he needs to drive the Batmobile, he can do that. Mm-hmm. So then we cut to Tim on one of his missions. He's out on patrol, fighting crime. He finds some thieves stealing shit off a truck. He shows up and takes the guy out. And what are you doing with those drugs? And he thinks it's cocaine or something. It turns out to be pig.
And he tastes it. Who does that shit?
Yeah, he's like, wait, this isn't cocaine or whatever. This is baby formula. And the robber's like, yeah, it's baby formula. I'm broke. I'm trying to feed my kid. So he's legitimately a broke dude just trying to feed his family, his baby, But then the cops show up, and the guy runs, and the fucking cop shoots this guy in the back.
Right.
Kills him. And Tim's like, what the fuck, you asshole? And then the cop takes a shot at Tim and shoots Tim. Shoots him. And then ends up throwing him in one of the paddy wagons full of criminals.
Right. He's handcuffed, but the criminals aren't.
Yeah, and then the cop, this corrupt piece of shit cop is like, yeah, hopefully those criminals will beat the shit out of that kid and blah, blah, blah. We're going to take him on a rough ride or whatever the fuck it's called.
Hitting every pothole as he goes in.
Yeah. But meanwhile, Tim breaks free and he ends up beating the shit out of everybody in the paddy wagon and shit, And then Batman ends up showing up to free Tim, and then the shitty cop pulls the shotgun on Batman. Like, you bad, hey, it's Batman. You're under arrest, blah blah blah. And then his partner's like, dude, this is Batman. He's on our side. And the cop is like, pretty much, a bootlicking asshole. No, he's law and order.
The cop pulls the gun on his own partner.
Yeah. He's like, he's got to obey the law and and all this shit. And he's a vigilante. Are you on the vigilante side? And all that shit. So that the fucking cops end up shooting each other.
Right.
And and then one of them's laying. Yeah, they're both laying on the ground, and Batman and Tim are tending to their wounds and shit. And he fixes the asshole cop's wound, and the fucking cop grabs a shotgun and shoots Batman in the back of the head with the shotgun.
Right. Rings his bill.
Fucks him up. And but Batman, he's got the armor. It fucks him up, but he's not dead because
I mean, it didn't kill him, but even with armor, a shotgun to the head, it's gonna
to the back of the head is getting fuck him up. So he's all like disoriented, and Tim's got to help Batman back to the Batmobile, and here's his chance to drive the Batmobile. And so Tim's driving the Batmobile. They end up escaping, and then we cut to Commissioner Vandal Savage.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, someone murdered the cops. So one of the cops must have died. I don't know which one.
The other one. The one, not the shotgun guy, the other guy.
The cool cop?
Yeah, the cool cop.
The not asshole cop.
Right. He got shot. Like, he still got hit, even though Batman tried to save him, but yeah.
Yeah, so this is just like what Vandal Savage was waiting for. He's okay, this cop was murdered by Batman. So now,
he holds it like a batarang and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. So now, all points APB on Batman. And that's where it ends. To be continued. So yeah, this was cool. Like I said, I'm back on Batman. This is cool. 4 out of 5. Dug this shit.
Yeah. Somebody been asking Jorge Jimenez, drew this like that. Is he a top 5 Batman artist? I haven't made my list. I don't know. I'm one of these days I'm gonna sit down and make a list.
He's one of them. Fabok, I think. Yeah, Fabok, Capullo.
Capullo's top of the list for me.
I mean, if we're gonna go old school, like Neil Adams and all that shit, but like
Neil
now,
Adams shit still holds up. That's how crazy it is.
Yeah. But like now, it's like Jimenez, Fabok, Dimly, of course, when he decides to draw shit.
Right.
And what's this dude? Murphy, the White Knight guy, Batman White Knight.
Yeah,
Sean,
yeah.
Gordon Murphy or whatever. That dude's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's 5.
Probably not 5. One day we're gonna sit down and do that.
But cool shit. Yeah, they do. That's some cool shit.
Yeah, but Jorge Jimenez, like I said, I don't know where he ranks in there, but he's in there. So yeah. So all right. So what do we got next? Is it on me? I guess on me because the last one.
Yeah, it's on you.
Okay. Okay, you took my last book. Hell. Oh shit! I'm done.
Are you?
I'm not done. I'm gonna
throw it back to you. Your retro?
I'm gonna do my retro, but I'm gonna save that for last. I'm gonna let you go next.
Well, this last one is the Cold Slither, G.I. Joe Cold Slither.
Mm-hmm.
So Cold Slither, for the deep cut G.I. Joe fans, Cold Slither was the metal band that Cobra developed to try and brainwash the youth and get them to join Cobra.
Well, that's how you do it.
And and it was on the car. It was an episode on the G.I. Joe cartoon, it was Zartan and the Dreadnoks were in the band, and they actually had a song, and that's the song I was singing at the beginning of the show. We're cold.
So that song was on the original cartoon. Okay, you kind of messed me up because when I looked at it and I wasn't paying attention, I was like, "Is that cocksucker? What the hell is that? Like, the hell is he reading?" So it kind of fucked me up at first. I was just like,
now that I look at it, without my glasses.
Will you just breeze past it and they're like, what? Whoa, what comic are we reading? Okay. So
Cold Slither was Zartan and the Dreadnoks playing cheesy butt metal. It was back in the 80s and back during the Satanic Panic when metal was a scapegoat that was causing kids to do heinous acts and all this shit.
Comics was at first, and then it went to metal. Then it went to rap music. So G.I. Joe got in on the fad, and let's have Cobra actually do that. Cobra will brainwash kids into joining, their terrorist organization through metal. That sounds political, but yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So this is 40 years later. And this comic is basically like a parody almost. It's almost like a Behind the Musics episode, or like Where Are They Now? It's like some interviewer going around like, hey, Cold Slither was a band back in the 80s, but they broke up and they had this really big hit that, this really big, huge, popular song, but then they broke up, and so he goes around finding all the members, all the like Zartan and all the Dreadnoks, and where are they now? And I thought it was funny. Ripper, he's in Minnetonka, Minnesota, which is
right in your neck of the woods.
a suburb of Minneapolis, where all the rich folks live. Yeah, Lake Minnetonka. That's the bougie
You
rich
must, you
folks.
must purify yourself in the waters of
Yeah.
Lake Minnetonka.
Yeah, Minnetonka. It's a Dakota word for meaning great water. But yeah, it's gentrified into like that's where all the rich folks have their boats and shit. But that's where Ripper's living. He has a family and shit. I think Torch has a cover band. He's the only one who's still playing music. He's still got a cover band, and he plays old Cold Slither songs for like wedding parties and shit. Zartan is like teaching self-defense classes and shit. And then Buzzsaw. He's a college professor. He's teaching college. So they end up getting back together. Hey, let's get back together for a reunion. They do a reunion show. You know, it goes viral. Everyone's, hey, this is an old 80s metal band. And they're back together to perform their great hit, their biggest hit, Cold Slither. And but then G.I. Joe, you know, they end up reversing the brain because this song was used to brainwash people. So G.I. Joe ends up reversing the signal to basically snap everybody out of being brainwashed. And then they end up exposing what Cobra is doing.
And this was an episode on the old show.
This was an episode of the old show, yeah.
Wow.
But
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, that was the comic. It was pretty cheesy. It was fun. Like I said, if you're a G.I. Joe fan, I'm sure Gomer. We should have got Gomer in on this.
Wherever he is, I guess he walking the earth like Kane for Kung Fu. I guess I don't know.
He probably has the Cold Slither figures. Like,
Right.
but no, this past summer at Comic-Con, they announced this book. They were doing this book, and they actually recorded an album. They actually got metal musicians to form a Cold Slither band and record a Cold Slither album. And some of the members of this band are from Exhumed, which is one of my favorite death metal bands.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys they sing about horror movies and shit, but they're nerds. They love comic books and horror movies, and they're just super nerds. So it's funny that that they actually are writing Cold Slither music.
Mm-hmm.
So
What are you talking about? Yeah, this is a cooking show. So yeah, 4 out of 5. It's I want to know what we're talking about. What do you think we're talking about? But yeah, all right.
Comics, yo.
Yeah,
G.I. Joe.
the Satanic Panic. So
Cold Slither, you'll be joining us soon. Yeah. So yeah, 4 out of 5, and that's it. That's I also read that Spider-Man Noir, but that was
is that bad?
yeah, number 1. I thought it was it felt like a Deadpool comic. He was just talking shit the whole time. It felt less noir-y and more Deadpool-y.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of quips, a lot of Spider-Man quips, which I didn't expect from
from
the
that
noir.
he don't joke. That's not his thing. So
Yeah, it felt very Spider-Man jokey. So
yeah.
That's just the thing that I
Like
not
the
even
Shadow.
2.5.
Yeah. All right. So, like I said, we're going to keep up with the retro book. We're actually we're running through this pretty fast. Like I say, you decided pretty fast. We're on issue 2 right now. We're going to do issue 2 of Final Crisis. Like I said, the book that can't be reviewed, we're going to review it. Just because I like a challenge. So yeah. All right. So, like I said, we're just going to jump into it and boom, just say what we got. Final Crisis. So the book starts off. So we're in Japan, and they're at a club. And basically saying you can't be in the club unless you're super cool, not just superhero, super cool. So the thing is, you got a whole bunch of. So the number 1 superhero team in Japan is Super Young Team. They got the team, but they don't fight anybody. They don't have any superpowers. All they do is sell merch, show for events, and party hard in club, and that's it. That's all they do. So yeah, remember Grant Morrison wrote this. So yeah. So when we were talking all this noise, that's when you get the number 1 superhero in Japan, Sonny Sumo. Now, Sonny Sumo is a Jack Kirby creation from the 70s. So he was in those New God comics also. So he just asks for a glass of water. That's all he does. And while he's drinking a glass of water, that's when this other dude named Mega Yakuza shows up, through the cyborg shows up. I want to fight. I want to fight you right now. And I heard you the best dude in Japan. And I want to take you out so I can be the number 1 guy. He's like, don't take me on. Go through my manager. We'll set this up in the ring. He's like, nah, I want to fight you right now. So he like sets him on fire and shit like that, burns him. Sonny Sumo finishes his drink. And then bam, wrist through his chest, rips his heart out, and throws it in his drink that he just left. And he goes to So he goes to the bathroom and he's still on fire. He's everybody asks photographers like that. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Let me heal up. And while he's in there, this other guy walks in, this black dude walks in, everybody just let him walk in, they don't check him, something like that. And he talks to Sonny Sumo. He was like, man, get out of here. Like, nah, you need me help right now. So he does this thing, beep, 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 beep. It's a mother box. And Sonny Sumo heals up automatically. He's like, how'd you do that? He was like, oh yeah, so let me tell you who I am. My name is Shiloh Norman, but you may call me Mr. Miracle. Oh no, Mr. Miracle is a black dude. Jack Kirby did this back in the 70s. So before everybody think this is woke and stuff like that, and I've seen people showing that Mr. Miracle is black, because I think he's canon black now in the current New 52, whatever the fuck we in right now.
When did Final Crisis come out?
2008.
So that's almost 20 years ago.
Almost 20 years ago. But Jack Kirby made him black in the 70s.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
2008, that's before the term woke was ever created. So
That's
again,
before the term woke, but they'll find a way. Right.
Yeah, they'll bitch.
They'll bitch anyway.
Because that's all they do is bitch.
Right. So Mr. Miracle, and technically it is Mr. Miracle. He's just like in this guy's body right now, because he was saying what he's saying is that I have a mother box. That's what's healed you right now. There was a war in heaven. Darkseid won. He killed all the new gods. The only thing that survived is the mother box. That's it. It's just this little piece right here. But he's here right now, roaming the earth. We need to do something. We need to go find him. So, and he like, you come with me if you want to live. And yeah, they leave out of there. So that's when we go to that monitor that got sent to Earth last issue. And now he's working at Big Billy Burger. And he's just telling everybody that works there, yeah, so I used to be in heaven, and I was in charge of these multiverse, and I got fell to the planet, and now I work at Big Billy Burger. And everybody's like, yeah, I just want to get extra fries, man. I ain't asked for that bullshit. So he's like, but don't worry. When I find out my secret word, I'm gonna get all my powers back, and we'll go from there. So yeah, so that's what and he's drawing images of other multiverse beings like Overman and Overgirl and Superman. Oh, and then Dan Turpin. Dan Turpin is beating the shit out of Mad Hatter because he found out the Mad Hatter gave all his hats to the Legion of Doom for some weird shit going on right now. He don't go right now. He's like, you gonna tell me where these kids are? I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. And he's like beating the shit out of him. Like he beat him so bad they show him in the band like, yeah, this is what he did to Mad Hatter in there. And then he turns to the mirror and he's just like, what the fuck going on? Like he looks cracked, almost like Darkseid. He's slowly turning into him. So yeah. And he gets a ticket. And so anyway, he beats the shit out of Mad Hatter so bad that he tells him where to go. He tells me to go to Bloodhaven, even though Bloodhaven has been nuked. He's gonna go to anywhere to find answers. So that's when you get to this. So where are the superheroes in this shit? They're in Mars. They're gone. The reason they're in Mars because Martian Manhunter got killed. So they're having a funeral for him in Mars. So yeah, that's what's going on. Meanwhile, you got the Legion of Doom celebrating shit like that, and Lee was like, so you impressed yet, Luther? You're like, no, I ain't impressed. Who gives a fuck about Martian Manhunter? You want to do something real impressed? So Lee's like, okay, so what? So if I take out Superman and take Superman off the board, will you follow me then? He's like, no, I will take you seriously then. I didn't say I'll follow you. I'll at least pay attention to what you're saying. But you ain't good enough to take Superman off the board. You're like, yeah, I am. He's gone. Done. Out of here. Like, what? Yeah, just that easy. So yeah. So then everybody leaves, stuff like that. And he talks to Human Flame because he promised him that he was gonna kill Martian Manhunter. And he was like, man, I owe you big time. He's like, cool. Why don't we step inside here and let me tell you what you owe me? So, and then we see him. So now we cut to the Justice League. They're back in the Hall of Justice, and they're doing an autopsy on Orion. And that's when the Alpha Lantern pops in. And she's just like, oh, look at this backwater ass planet. Y'all don't even know what the hell going on right now. Hal Jordan, is these who you guys teaming up with? Is this why you can't do your job? Because you're hanging around these dudes so much? Their technology is so backwards. I bet they don't even know what happened to Orion. And Batman's like, he got shot. They're like, how you know that? They're like, I'm Batman. Like, if I know what a bullet wound looks like, this is trauma right here. So you're like, well, anyway, Hal Jordan, you're done for the day. Get out of here. So yeah, so then you got an investigation. John Stewart is still investigating the bullet that Batman told him to check out in the spot right here. And then his ring starts activating. He's realized this Radion technology. This energy kills new gods. He was like, oh, we're getting warm. So right when he's about to dig up the bullet, his ring cuts off. He's like, what the fuck happened to my ring? And that's when, bam, he gets stabbed by a Green Lantern. What Green Lantern? We don't know yet. And then she was like, now I'm going to take out your eyes, John Stewart, before you see what you shouldn't be seeing. And that's when, even though John Stewart don't have any powers anymore, he bursts through that thing and then punches that Green Lantern. And that's last we see of John Stewart in probably this whole thing. Meanwhile, Hal Jordan is asleep, and that's when the Alpha Lanterns jump in there like, Hal Jordan, you were under arrest for the murder of a new god and attempted murder of John Stewart. They're like, the fuck? I've been here asleep all day. And then Hal Jordan pulls out his ring, getting ready to stop them, and his ring don't work. You're like, what the hell going on? And then she just does some shit, and his ring just flies off of his hand. He's gonna like, you're coming with us. And then, yeah. So that's when Superman's just like, okay, Batman, you got this, even though I know John Stewart's in critical condition and Hal Jordan's under arrest. I got shit to do. Batman's like, what you gotta do? I gotta go to work. I'm gonna get fired if I don't hit show there. He's like, work? The fuck is that? You know. So he flies off, and that's when Batman is going back to Orion, and Orion's body is about to go back to the source, so they don't even have a body to even do an autopsy on. But the Alpha Lanterns is like, it don't even matter because we already know who killed him. Hal Jordan did it. Like, Hal Jordan didn't do that shit. I'm like, oh, sure? You serious? Because remember when he was parallaxed, when he like killed all the Green Lanterns and went on a killing spree and all this shit like that? You don't think maybe he did it again? And you're like, nah, he didn't do that. And that's when the Alpha Lanterns started freaking out. She's taking over. They're taking over. And Batman looks at her palm, and it's an imprint of a Green Lantern imprint right there, one of the ring. And that's when Batman like, shut down the place. Shut down the Justice League and everybody get in here right now. And he's like, John Stewart got a strong ass right hook, don't he? So this was the Lantern that tried to kill John Stewart. Batman has already figured it out. And she's just like, oh, I'm glad you figured it out. And I guess you got about 30 seconds before your teammates come in here and take me out. But guess what, Batman? You don't have 30 seconds. And then she does some scorpion shit with the Green Lantern, takes him out. Batman's stunned. And she's just like, you're a prize of Granny now, and causes a boom tube and bops out of there. So this Green Lantern was Granny Goodness the whole time. Granny Goodness had taken over her body. So, yeah. So that's when Dan Turpin goes to Bloodhaven. Even though it's been nuked, he gets down there. And that's when he sees that preacher that's been preaching on TV and something like that. He's like, praise the Lord. Come on down here, and I'm going to show you what's going on. So he gets down there. He sees a whole... so they're in Command D. That's the base we're on right now. And they see what's going on. He was like, where are these kids? I came to rescue some kids. You're like, man, you already seen the kids. You know where the kids are. And that's when you see like they're doing experiments in the evil factory. Oh, and you see Batman captured in the background, tied up. And Batman is telling Turpin, call the Justice League. Get them down here right now. They're everywhere. And then that's Batman. He's done for the book. Then we go to Superman. Superman has turned in a report based about the death of Orion. And he talks to Jimmy Olsen. He's like, Jimmy, let me talk to you for a second. And Jimmy runs out of the room. Turns out it's not Jimmy. It's Clayface. And Clark's thinking like, wait a minute. Did I see Jimmy downstairs? And then, boom, Daily Planet blows up. Clayface put a bomb in there. Yeah. And Superman's just standing there by himself. He's like, what? Lois. Lois was caught head first in the blast. So, yeah. Meanwhile, you got the Flashes reinvestigating some things. So they go to a strip club because that's where they trace the energy of Martian Manhunter back to. So the reason they're at this strip club, because before it was a strip club, it was the place that Wally West first met Barry Allen. But they've turned it into a strip club. So, yeah. So to get down there, they know for a fact this is where the Legion of Doom headquarters is. They know where everybody's at. And they see Metron's chair. They're like, well, that ain't good. Plus, maybe that's where the bullet came from. And as soon as they see that, a bullet shoots out of it. And not only that, Jay Garrett is just like, Wally, you don't feel the energy? You don't recognize the energy? You're like, yeah, it's him. And it is, bam, Barry Allen chasing that radium bullet to kill Orion. So this is the first time we've seen Barry Allen since Crisis on Infinite Earths. He's been dead the entire time.
Okay, yeah.
He's just now coming back, and he's being chased by the Black Racer. So, yeah. So he's trying to catch that bullet before he hit Orion. Meanwhile, Black Racer's trying to catch him because you can't escape death. So, yeah. Oh, to be continued. That's it. So, yeah. So that's the book. So now you got all the moving pieces, stuff like that. It's slowly the Justice League is slowly getting taken out. Batman's gone. Superman's gone. Martian Manhunter's gone. So, yeah. Darkseid is. So that's the book. So that's
So
issue 2.
this is what preluded the New 52.
About a couple years before, it was like putting the building blocks in place of New 52. Some other shit happened before then, but basically like Barry Allen started the New 52. So yeah, now that Barry Allen's back, yeah, we're on our way. So yeah, so that's what I got. Like I said, issue 2. Next week we're gonna do 3, and we'll see if it picks up from there. So yeah. Anything else you got or?
No, I'm booked out.
Oh, okay. So I don't know. It feels like we flew through this show. I don't know what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, we covered everything.
Yeah, we covered everything we need to. So yeah. Like I said, I appreciate everybody jumping in, even if you were trolling us. Hey, it's still engagement. Engagement is engagement. If you listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. If you listen long in 30 seconds, we appreciate you because you have helped out the algorithm. Next week, we already know what we're gonna talk about. Eli's got another horror movie, and we're also gonna talk about the season finale of Peacemaker.
Oh yeah, Peacemaker.
Yeah. So there's supposed to be an hour-long episode directed and written by James Gunn. He said this
an
episode,
hour.
An hour. Most of the episodes been like 30 minutes. They haven't been long at all, but this was an hour. And he said this episode reads directly into the Superman 2 sequel. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Lex Luthor showed up
well, the episode before that, then Sidney Happerstein showed up in the next episode after that. Yeah. So,
yeah.
So big stuff happening. We're gonna see what happens. So, like I said, until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel.